and welcome back to Thoughts Can Heal podcast. I am your host, Denise Lynn, and I am so grateful, as always, that you are taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with me. So thank you. Today's podcast, I am going to be talking about being grateful in advance for the things that we are wanting to manifest into our lives. And this is such a great time of the year. If you're listening to this currently, it is the first week of November, and I love November. I love this time of year. My favorite holiday is definitely Thanksgiving, and I find it such a great time to practice more gratitude and to really contemplate every day of this month, actually every day of our lives we should be doing this, just all the blessings in our lives. And some of us might have had a really difficult year. I know that our family had some tragedy occur due to the pandemic, and it's been rough. But one way that we can get through hard times and challenges is to focus on what's going good in our life. And even if we're not going through hard times, it's so important that we spend time daily, even if it's just for a couple minutes, contemplating and thinking about the blessings in our lives. And what gratitude does, first of all, it sets us in a higher vibration. We feel better. Secondly, it opens us up to be able to receive more good things. And that's awesome. We all want that. We all deserve that. So back to being thankful and grateful for things that haven't shown up in our life. I want to kind of talk a little bit about that and why that is also important. So last week I was discussing manifestation tools, and I mentioned that there are certain components that you have to have and you have to practice in order to manifest the good that you desire. I also mentioned that we are always manifesting. Some of us just don't know that we're doing it. And unfortunately, a lot of us, and I know for a long time in my life, we are manifesting things that we don't want to show up in our lives. And the reason that that's happening is because our thoughts are on the lack of what it is that we desire. Or our thought loops are negative, and we don't think we're enough, and we're thinking about, just negativity. And what happens with that is that we attract more negativity into our lives. So once you become aware of that, and you learn that you are 100% in control of your reality, and once you learn that you can stop focusing on the lack of the thing that you want and flip it around and start focusing and feeling as if you already have it and being thankful for it in advance before it actually is in your hands or in your sight, it actually attracts it to you quicker. So I encourage you, if there's something that you desire right now, whether it is better health, releasing weight, a new home, new car, more money, better relationships, whatever it is that you are wanting in your life, instead of thinking about it not being there and using words and thoughts like, if only, or I hope, and instead of using those types of words and thoughts when you're thinking about the things that you desire, instead, sit down a few minutes every day, and like I talked about at last week's podcast, if you haven't listened to it, please do, because I share some really great tools. close your eyes. Feel what it would feel like. Feel it. Use your imagination. That is a gift. And it is so sad because starting off as little kids in school, when we would daydream, we would get in trouble. Stop daydreaming. Daydreaming is so important. It is one of our greatest gifts, our imagination. So use your imagination and physically try, smile, feel what it would feel like if you had what it is you desire. And bask in that for a few moments. Just sit there and feel. And as you're doing that, say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. And watch the things that you're wanting start showing up in your life. So I'm going to go over some of the tools that I talked about last week, just in case you haven't listened to last week's podcast and maybe you don't have time today. So I talk about these certain components. Number one, you have to know what it is you want, and you have to be very, very clear. Number two, you must write it out on paper. Write it out. And you can use what I suggested in last week's podcast, using a goal card, like an index card. And maybe you could write that goal or that desire down on a couple different index cards and just kind of keep them all over your house, or maybe one at your office, one in your car, places where you're going to see it. Because once you see that, it actually does something to your brain, your subconscious mind, and it brings you closer to it. And it makes you think about it even more. So I suggest, writing a few different index cards. Like I said, place them and put it on your bathroom mirror. And secondly, you have to feel every day, like I just mentioned, sit for a few moments, get on that vibration. You have to match that vibration of what it is you are desiring. And once you match that vibration, it's yours. So feel good, smile, give thanks. You can also, I do highly suggest this, write it out on paper in the present tense every day. And you could do that by saying, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then insert your good. And write that a few times a day. Write it in the present tense. This is reprogramming your subconscious mind. This is opening you up to receive the good that you desire. Another thing you have to do is you have to believe. You have to believe that you are worthy of whatever it is you desire. You have to believe. And if right now you don't have that belief, that's okay. Because you could borrow my belief. Because I know these things are true. And I had to borrow my mentor's belief in the beginning because I just didn't believe I was worthy. And I didn't think I was enough. But she believed I was worthy. She believed and had the strong conviction, like I have right now, that you can manifest your desires. And so she lent me, and she lends her students her belief. So you can borrow my belief until you build yours. And once this works for you, you could help so many other people achieve their goals, find happiness, get out of the funk, get out of the rut. So that's a wrap for today. I hope everybody is staying healthy, staying well. I would like to end this podcast with a nice meditation for you. So you definitely don't want to be driving if you're listening to this. You can always play it later if you are. I I'd like you to find a very nice, comfortable place to either lie down or sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Pause and hold that breath for 2 seconds, and then let it out with an audible sound like a shh. Inhale again, nice deep breath. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. On your next inhale, I want your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. Nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Okay, now I'd like you to imagine that there is a funnel on the top of your head. And pouring through that funnel is a beautiful lavender energy. And this lavender energy is a healing energy. It's going through your head, in your nose, it's in your mouth, cheeks. It's just swirling around, just going through, cleaning and clearing and healing every cell of your body. It's going down into your throat. It's in your chest, down your arms all the way to your fingertips, back up the arms, into your shoulders, into your upper back, lower back. It's coming around the front of your body to your stomach. You're feeling very, very relaxed. This lavender energy is continuing to go all the way to your lower abdomen, into your groin, down your legs, down the front and the backs of your legs, all the way down into the calves, into your ankles, all the way to the tips of your toes. And you are feeling so relaxed. Now let's take another nice deep breath. This time, breathe with my count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now just resume to a normal breathing pattern. Hopefully you are feeling so much more relaxed than you were before you did this. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you all next week. Take care. Stay well.